Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm doing another knife review, and it's gonna be of the knife obviously in front of you on the camera. This is the Kershaw Brawler. It's another Kershaw, and it's gonna be another knife that I can add into best folding knives under $40. And I always like adding knives in a playlist because they usually seem to be ones that appeal to the biggest audience, the most amount of people. Here's the actual knife on a close-up. This is another one of the $20-ish budget Kershaw blades, assisted. But yeah, so let's get into the actual the in-depth review of it. The point of use is going to be strictly an EDC blade, mainly, but what holds it back from just being EDC is size. This is a smaller size blade. I think when we're getting into that, I might as well get into talking about the size of it. The blade is 3.2 inches. So I mean, it's not extremely small, but it's on the smaller side. And the handle length is 4.1 inches. And the overall is 7.1, and the weight, we're looking at 3.8 ounces. The weight does not seem to be all those 3.8 ounces, because I have knives that weigh around that same, like 4 ounces, and they are definitely, this one feels lighter. So that's one good thing, and that one thing to mention, because if that's one thing from holding you back from the knife, I definitely wouldn't take that in too much consideration, being that it really doesn't feel all those 4 ounces. It's when it's in my pocket, it really doesn't seem to be there. So that is one thing to note. The steel, moving right into that, talking about the blade and the steel. It's 8CR13 MOV. You probably could have guessed that one. That's on, I think, almost every of these budget Kershaws. Wait for it to focus. There we go. 8CR13 MOV. By the way, this is model 1990. The Brawler is. Let me zoom back out for you guys. But the 8CR13 MOV performs a lot like AUS-8 to me. Same kind of edge holding. Resharpening is not too hard. But you guys know that whole thing about 8CR, so I really don't have to go into it. But pretty adequate blade, and yeah. The blade shape is an obvious Tonto blade shape, which is a really nice, useful blade shape to me. For EDC, really any blade shape works for me. I know people have their preferences, but for me, for EDC, it comes down to the looks of the blade shapes, to be honest, because they all function fine for what I usually need them for. Yeah, I have preferences for different types of tasks that I like. If I go through phases of some job that I might be on, I'll EDC a knife that's gonna work better. But in the most part, the Tonto looks really cool to me, so I do like that one. So on this, they did it really well with the all black. It really looks like a mean knife. I really would like to see this in a bigger version though, like a Brawler too, because I like the knife, but now I'm into bigger knives a lot more. Like because I used to stick with all these smaller ones, and then started getting into like full-size Griptilians, and it feels more substantial in your hand. So yeah, that's that. The speed is really fast with the speed safe, as you can see there. Super fast, rockets out, really solid. It's a speed safe with the torsion bar. Kershaw's design on that. The lockup is a liner lock, which is, I mean, I don't really got to talk about that much. That's really common. Simple liner lock, and locks up around, it's kind of hard to see actually, but a little around half, so 50% lockup. Let me check for side to side. Little side to side, a little up and down. But that could probably all be adjusted by the pivot. And actually, just for test purposes, I'm going to see if because when I EDC them right before the video, I always forget. I think I have another video where I did the same thing. I just want to see for side to side if I just tighten that pivot a little bit, if that will help, because I'm pretty sure it will. Because hold on. Yeah, so I basically eliminated it all. If I do any more tightening, it's gonna make the assist not really want to work. It's already, if you can see, it's already a little slower. Not by much though. I mean, it's still fast, trust me. So now there's a tad bit side to side, no up and down. No up and down, well, a little up and down and a little side to side, but none to be worried about, especially in the EDC roll. The handle is Zytel plastic, like they do in a lot of the cheaper Kershaws, like the Volt 2. That's a Zytel. That's just what I had on hand, but good. Sorry about that. Okay grip. It's got these kind of just weird. They all have different patterns on them. This one just has a raised plastic pattern. Kind of looks cool with the shape of the handle too. Goes up and then down right here. Got jimping all over the handle. Got some right there. Back spacer has a little bit on the liners and on the blade, which the jimping is really not too functional. They attempted and it could have been nice. They have almost a little thumb ramp here, just a little bit. It's not bad, but I mean, definitely could have been better. But you know, that is what it is. The ergos are, like I said, the ergonomics are okay. It's kind of small for me. If it was bigger, it'd be awesome. Thumb ramp is pretty functional, but you know, not crazy. Durability is great. This is a beater knife, $20 range. As you can see on that blade, I've pretty much hard used this thing for EDC. Coating starting to wear off just a little bit with the scratches. I think I opened some type of can with it or something. But definitely just a durable little blade. Centering is perfect. Or not perfect, but almost perfect. Doesn't rub against the handles or anything. But it is definitely a durable little knife that you can just thrash on it. It's going to be okay. The value, like I said, is $20 to $30. If you really searched around, you can get it around that $20 price point, which is what I got it for. So, but yeah, and the clip design also, I didn't really think I touched up on. The clip is, I like this clip. It's just simple. Some of the Kershaws, again, I'm going to pick on this. The China Kershaws have this kind of weird pocket clip. It works, but it's just kind of weird looking. On this one, it just plain, and I like it. It works. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. So if you could, please comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, take it easy.